I am someone that believes that everybody should have the ability to maximize their talents. It doesn't matter if it is athletic talents, musical talents, educational talents. And one of the things that I really don't tolerate at all is the fake it till we make it or fake it till you thought you made it type of culture, where you have people that share things or make believe that they actually doing certain things in order to get followers or likes. And then when it's all said and done, it's frivolous and has fluff. There is a fact in this world, and that literally 85% of people, and this is a psychological matter, is followers. They want to follow. They basically are comfortable and feel like their life's going to be okay if they follow someone. And who they follow, they feel like it is justifiable and they feel like all is well with them. Another 10% of people are leaders or creators, and I definitely fall in that category. But I also might fall in the other category. The 5% are the observers, the ones that see it how it really is, how it's going on. And for the 10% who are leading the followers, even though what they're leading them with isn't necessarily good, the observers that see through it is a threat to that 10%. Just the facts, not the process. So being a leader and an observer, it makes me specifically more passionate in most. So a question was posed to me about all the money that's actually, and it been money in the sense of for athletics, and particularly with the African American community, with affirmative action being rendered by the Supreme Court. And once again, if you don't know the history of not only this country, but this country in sports, and how sports, going back to the Greek mythology when it came to the Romans and the Greeks and fighting. So if it was two African American men, say, fighting to the death, you would cheer the one that won, but you also cheer the one that died. So how do you really ever know and understand your value or your worth? If you live, they cheer for you. If they die for you, cheer for you. But they cheer for you when you live because you killed another one. Trust the facts, not the process. That is part of the 85% of following. If, say, those two dudes were leaders, or one of them was an observer, then obviously the leader would have killed the observer, and that would have been that. It would have been case been closed. So the question posed to me is it, but seeing, those that are against, or they call that term woke. So again, at the end of the day, I don't play those games when it comes to narratives. You can say NCAA, you can say NIL, you can say woke, whatever. All I know is, as a man, as someone who doesn't work to hurt anybody, if you cross a certain line in a disrespectful manner and you think saying one word is better than another word with the same connotations, you're going to be unpleasantly surprised on the response you get from me. Just the facts, not the process. That goes again to understanding a level of knowledge on certain things when people try to manipulate, put you in certain boxes, and say that's where you need to be. In the space I'm in, I'm more than clear to say. So when you hear NIL, I tell everybody it is a fact. Pre-post game is NIL. I've been doing what they're talking about today for over 12 years. I did it first. I did it at the lower level. I did it at the high school level. I did it at the collegiate level. I did it at the pro level. I did it at the transition level with guys that made 6, 7, 8, 9 figures. Trust the facts, not the process. So me being an advisor and understanding the ins and out, when I say something to you, isn't about to offend you. But you got to understand there's levels to this. And one of the mistakes I made in the past is basically because of the color of my skin. I try to make other people feel like we on the same level in certain pages by essentially breaking it down or meeting them where they are. And there's times for all of that. But when it comes to my true value, meeting you where you are is getting me nowhere. And that can never happen. Because like it or not, no matter your color, your skin, people will take advantage of your kindness if you let them. And so the onus is on me to understand that what I'm doing and how I'm doing it to make it work for me first and foremost, for those that I'm pointing towards. And when that happens, make sure I can get the return of my investment. You know, we have part of our actual micro-learning executive development coaching course, the top 10 acronyms of business, and understanding number one is ROI, return on investment. We also do things in the space when it comes to business. So when you're talking about, it was just 3 years ago, everybody was infatuated with 3-star, 4-star, 5-star. And this is going to the question that the young man asked me. That I call you young. This is for you, Frank. Question about, will we ever see the time where the equity in sports is actually equally or respectfully distributed amongst minorities that are generating revenue? And the answer to that question is, it depends on if the athlete, the entrepreneur, the future business owner / professional understands that they must be all of those things the moment they decide that that's what they want for their future. If you want to get NIL money, you want to make 6 figures at 17, 18, 19, you can't just not jump, roll, and throw. You just cannot basically take the advice of the person that birthed you, burped you, baptized you, or carried you in the womb. You cannot just basically say, I grew up with them and this is the way it is and I want to take them with me. This is your life. This is business. And at the end of the day, everybody you're going to be dealing with going forward is going to conduct themselves as a business. And if you're bad for their business, your opportunity in that space to earn is going to be short-lived, but not just athletically. If you are talented athletically and you can't communicate how effective you are on what you did that night in that respective field of yours, your opportunity to generate more revenue, say marketing, is also short. It is not about the agent. It's never going to be about the agent or the representative. It's going to be about who can help you develop to be the best version of you in the areas that you want to be in, and lean on that. That is where your equity comes from. So whether it's a minority, whether it's a Caucasian, whether you're Spanish, the reality is in business all the way around the board in a development type of scenario, you have to embrace those opportunities. And again, you can't just do it all once. So I want to say I'm hopeful, but I also want to say that the reality is the conversation around sports and business is really low. Like I said, we don't count buckets here. Over here, pre-post game, we create business infrastructure, family office using EBITDA, EBITDA, earnings before interest, taxes, depreciation, and amortization. You guys should look that up. That's a free consulting advice for you. But that's how we go about doing our business. So when I talk about family office, if you are someone looking to generate revenue, no matter what it is, athletics, this way, that way, start a company where you want to basically mow the grass, EBITDA. If you let a venture capitalist give you $10,000 to help start your company without understanding EBITDA, you're going to understand that $10,000 they gave you is not necessarily to get you to the head. It's basically to make sure that they can always hold on to you while you keep working, essentially for them. Trust the facts, not the process. So, Frank, I hope I answered your question. If not, I'll go back and review it and read it again and come back on. But I wanted to just take the time to do a live because where we are in the state of the country, whether it's sports and business, this is a scenario that a lot's going on that people don't get and understand. But like I said, for me, I've done my part in the sense of if you want to be educated, you want to develop, you want to grow, you know where to find me. But it's at a cost, absolutely at a cost. If you don't, as I said again, if you feel like just because you birthed someone and you've been around them at the youth level, the high school level, if they was ranked number 65 in the youth AUU tournament in the state of Crosshair and they got 17 medals and they called your name out, whatever, you go right ahead. You go right ahead. Like I said before, to get where you want to be in life, you have to understand that anything that's right in front of you too easy is not really worth having because everybody has it. My name is Robert T. Green. I'm the CEO of Pre-Post Game. Educating yesterday, empowering today, protecting tomorrow. For more, check us out at theprepostgame.com. You guys be well and be blessed. Have a good one.